Some people know where we're at by looking at the hills. Well, the mountains. We're on the north end of Wilderness Road State Park, Virginia. Daniel Boone territory. That's Cumberland Mountains. Named after somebody Captain or Colonel Walker. First came through the area, first white man to come through, following the Buffalo Trail, the Indian Trail. And they found the Cumberland Gap. Well, it wasn't called the Cumberland Gap at the time because Walker hadn't been through and named a mountain range after Cumberland. No, I don't know if I don't remember if it was a guy named Cumberland or what. I think it was the person that sponsored him, dollars wise, to come here, find the trail. And then they paid Daniel Boone to come through and blaze the trail. Pioneer Trail, that's what we're going to be on. Wonder if there's anything on this side. Yep, the back side. Okay. When we came in, there were 6 buffalo. Big buffalo, big horned buffalo. Look fabulous. It's the Blue Blaze. Probably part of the reason why the station was placed here is because a fresh water source. This is the only trail here that I had not been on before. It never worked out where I came back to do this. Now this goes down towards the station. But we're interested in this part. A lot of walnuts on the ground here. Pine trees, except maybe this one. Maybe that's the walnut tree. Don't know. Where you at, Dad? Help me out here, Dad. Yeah. Right whenever I got to this part of the country, moved up here from Florida, tumors took my dad's memory from him. And he never didn't remember us ever coming through Cumberland Gap. All the history that he knew just disappeared. And we weren't smart enough to sit down with him and at our computers, stupid us, at our computers and type this information up. Part of the reason why I'm keeping Gina's Ancestry account active. Putting what I can in. Fabulous. Right back to recording. I'll say that there is really not that much here, other than I'm going to suggest that this is what the open prairie looked like in Western Virginia. You go a couple miles south of here, it's eastern Kentucky, eastern Tennessee. A couple miles north of here, it's eastern Kentucky. But it's Western Virginia here. Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff to look at. And actually, gotta be honest, when you're on the wilderness road, it's just an opening down through the trees. They've got a blacktop now to make it main to keep the surface stable. This part. So, you know, oh yeah, there's no great vista overlooks and stuff like in the Smokies or the Cumberland Gap National Historic Park. They have the overlooks. There's a big bull bison amongst the 6 that I seen here, and I kept a distance from them. And I was trying to maneuver to get a broadside of him, but he kept turning with his head directly aimed at me. It was just interesting. You can get some kind of good views of Cumberland Mountains. Now, Cumberland Mountains, they're a western section of the Appalachian Mountains. And the Appalachian Mountains taper down to an area that includes my grandfather's farm. Just interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna get down into some timber now. Well, what do we got here? This way or this way? Let's go this way. This may go this far and end. I rolled my ankle about a month and a half ago. And every once in a while it gives me a pain. I literally caught my foot and my foot rolled over on top of itself. Not on the bottom of my foot, but the top of my foot. I'd call that a sinkhole. part of getting old. I would say there was probably somebody's home site here, and that may have been a spring house or a well of some sort. Well, I think we're on the wrong trail, because I think the trail takes us right there, not unless we're going to connect and come back at it. I don't know from the map. Yeah, look at that. Rock ledge, all mossy. And that's not the north side of the mossy, that's the south side. Yeah, we're on the right trail. Blue. There it is, Blue Blaze. We're on the correct trail. See, that's a sinkhole. And what it is water washing the minerals out of the rock, the soft minerals, and causing a sinkhole. I learned that at Panther Creek State Park in Tennessee. They have a trail with 7 sinkholes, and they explain it that way. Yeah, there's a major sinkhole right there. It's about 45 degrees out, so I'm not worried about snakes. But it's not cold enough to put the bear down, and they have bear in this area. Deer, skunk. I know they got skunk because I've seen 2 of them in less than a half mile that's been hit. Okay. Excuse me. Making the turn. This part's interesting. Wander through here. There's some sort of a sinkhole right there. Yeah, I got my pointy stick out. I got a new one. The one I had for such a long time, I left it laying beside leaned up against the van, and I got in the van and went home, and of course the people just kept it, they didn't turn it in. And then I got me another one, I didn't like it. And then I was at Fall Creek Falls. Is that right? Fall Creek Falls, I think. Or Rock Springs State Park, and they had him in orange. Orange. Man in orange. While I was picking up this, I left my walking stick at the Welcome Center at Fall Creek Falls. When on my way back from the Grand Ole Opry, I went down to the Welcome Center, and they knew exactly which walking stick I was looking for. Yeah, here we go. We're coming down to this. Okay. The trail goes on that way, but let's stop and have a look here. Let's see what's got here. They have some sort of a weaved basket that has seen better days. When I see buildings like this, first thing I think of is a bear inside or a deer inside. That's like I'm keeping my distance out here a little bit. Yeah, there's a door there. A lot of walnuts. Thatch roof. You know, I've never seen a thatch roof. 75 years old, I've never seen a thatch roof before. Don't look like there's anything in there to get me. Some awesome sauce. Looks like it'd go that way, but it looks like the trail goes on. I'm just going to keep going on. Changed my mind. I'm still going to go on. I'm forgetting some things. Did the same thing yesterday. I forgot to take photos. I wonder if during the summer they have ranger-led hikes out here where they tell about this building. And some of these other structures that are out here. Yeah. I see a blue tag on a post. That looks like some sort of a road over there. So let's kind of mosey over that way. Let's just see what we got. And if it's not where we're supposed to be, we can turn around and go right back. But you see, there's some stuff right in there. I'm just wondering if that's the Wilderness Road over there. I may be on the Wilderness Road right now. I don't know. We'll go down here and have a look. If it's private property, we will turn around. We do not get on private property. Knowingly. If we see that it's private property, we turn around and go the other way. We, respect the people's property. Well, I see a blue tag down here, so we're going the right way. And we may be just about ready to get on the Wilderness Road. Daniel Boone and family. Yep, there's the blue tag, Blaze. Okay. There's stuff here, but we'll see what the signs say. Find out what we're doing, what we're not doing. Horses prohibited, bicycles prohibited, motor vehicles prohibited. Violators are subject to fine. Well, I'm walking, so I'm good. Okay. Okay, service road, park personnel only. Okay. That's what I wanted to know. We're going that way. But let's see what we got here. Bunch of info placards. Horses, bikes, and hikers. Wilderness Trail Park Office, 0.2 miles. Martin Station, 0.3 miles. Picnic area, 0.3 miles. Gibson Station Trailhead, 3.8 miles the other direction. Cumberland Gap National Park, 5.9. Beautiful. Great information. Let's go. Okay, we're on the Wilderness Road. Don't know if it's the real one with Daniel Boone. But it's the one that the state of Virginia is saying possibly could be, should be, maybe, but anyway, we're going to call it that, which is good enough for me. See, this is basically what Daniel Boone did. All these trees, he was hired to cut them down, make a trail. Cut the trees down, get them out of the way. That way, commerce can get this way. They can bring blankets and trinkets and knives. guns, ammo, gunpowder, stuff like that. Well, we got something here. What is it? Ooh, this is where the buffalo roam. Placards. Okay. Got a little walkway up here and a picnic table. So we may see buffalo again. Bison. Buffalo, bison. They used to roam as far south as just north of Tallahassee, Florida, and wow, to the Canadian border. And then there's a Canadian species of bison. And they roam clear up into Alaska. And the thing about a 2,000-pound animal, they ain't gonna walk any place where the footing isn't good. They don't walk where it's muddy, mucky, problems. They could very easily get stuck. And more than likely there had been in the past. That's how they learned stuff. Well, we're not going there. Fred went there and there's his skeleton. Let's not go that way anymore. No, we're not using that road. Animals aren't stupid. Swirly whirly. It's a access road for the park. I can see vehicle tracks. There's like a tractor, pickup truck of some sort. Ooh, there's buffaloes. Oh, I scared one up. He's not used to seeing people over here. I'm sorry. Yeah, see? I disturbed him. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to disturb you. Hey, Squirrely Whirly. And there's a pipeline down through here. Probably gas for the welcome center and the homes, some of the homes and stuff. They did a similar thing. Gatlinburg Trail in the Smokies is like that. It's utilities right away where they run power, water, septic out to the welcome center and back, and they made it a walking trail, a biking trail, a jogging trail, a puppy trail. They got part of it closed because they're working on it. The south side of the walk bridge across Little Pigeon River down towards Sugar Land Visitor Center, which has nothing to do with this place. And I gotta walk all the way back there to the car. Not a big deal. It's been a nice walk. I could go on, but it won't get me to the van. It runs right along beside the Indian Ridge Trail. We'll come back here to the Welcome Center on our way back, where I'll get this walking stick put away, camera put away. I won't be carrying that around inside the Welcome Center. Okay, they got us some signage over here. Let's go look at the signage. Daniel Boone's Wilderness Trail. Well, we've been on part of it. Okay, we're in this area. I've been on this part of it, and now we've been on this part of it. Works for me.